How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm also fine. Thank you. So, today we are reviewing Hibirism by Mokgale and Ernest Nkomotje. Right. So, this book apparently it's a guide to Black cultural nuance. Ne? For now, like, this book was very confusing. I'm still trying to figure out what is it.
What Hibirism
Yeah,
is.
what Hibirism means. And because in the book it's introduced to us as a movement, but I still don't get what the movement is all about. And it's not like a bad book, but I feel like it lost something.
Yeah.
Like from the beginning, I felt like I'm reading like a thesis or something. But it gave a chance, you know? Maybe it's a feature. No, book I
Yeah, no, it does read a lot like academic writing. And maybe because it's written by academics, that it was very difficult to remove the academics from, the personality of the authors. The other thing that threw me off was the writing. So it's authored by two people. But now in the book, it's very difficult to tell who are we talking about now. And they try and warn us and explain this in the beginning, but it still did not help.
Yeah,
so by end up by Kuala in first person, but then some way if I Donald or Ernest, and that's a bit confusing. But then I read the book from beginning until end, hoping or at the end I'll understand what Hibirism is. I still don't get it. I do appreciate the stories in the book, because what they do is they share some stories about Black people.
Yeah, that's typical
to
Black people.
And reading it as a Black South African, it wasn't new information. Like those are things that we know. But I didn't understand where are we going. Like it up, but it doesn't quite land for me.
Because of years, you are telling me all of these things. Buying fat cook from the rank or from Usmamang, rowdy and alcoholics. But what about it?
And in some parts they do try and almost summarize it. Where they speak to businesses, or if you want to do marketing, if you want to do this, consider that. But they spend a lot of time telling these stories as opposed to giving the guidance that this is supposed to be. Okay.
But then is this now? Sorry, interrupt. But then they give this business tips about their marketing and how to market to the Black people. I want to know, was that the central
I don't know
theme of
if
the
it was
book,
it was completely missed, because a lot of time is spent telling these stories as opposed to incorporating these stories into whatever guidelines they want to provide.
Yeah, because here it says a guide, so I'm thinking it's a guide, but then you don't say it like it's a guide, like it's a book that anyone can read.
I'm missing it as a nuance. I'm missing the nuance in it, because you look at the story, but what are you saying to the businesses or to the people that you are?
Because it doesn't even say much. Even in the little things that they put in about the business, the marketing,
it's literally a few lines.
Like it's like literally,
and it's not clear.
Few sentences. So yeah.
And I try to think, perhaps we are not the target audience, but then who else is the target audience? Because I try to put myself into imagining if I was in a business, I still feel like I would not get it. I don't know. For me, I think the idea was great, but
Yeah, I don't know. They should just, I think, go back to the drawing board or something. Like it's.
Yeah, no. I think I don't know. I struggled with this book.
Yo, now I'm so confused. Like I was so confused. Like okay, I read it because it's not like a hard read. It's not slow. It's like it just
like,
goes.
Where are we going?
But you don't know where it's going. Yeah, that's the thing. Like it goes. Yeah. Like you're just reading. Like you, and I think for the most part, it goes because you want to know where you're going. And then because of you not getting there, you're like, maybe got next page.
Maybe get a feed.
Maybe got next page, the next page, maybe got next page, the next page. So it's like, my guy Donald and Ernest. What is this?
And I was excited. I mean, two black men publishing. It's good. It's good. And I really wanted it. I wanted to come out and say, oh, I love it. And at the time when we read it, there were not a lot of reviews. I'm not sure where we stand now, but at the time, I think
on Google Reads,
and I also tried other social media pages. Yeah, they were not.
I think I was the first two or second.
No, I think I saw around Google Reads.
Yeah,
I saw someone else who had posted about it. No, even at the time, I had seen one review.
Yeah, nearly one. Because I remember now, I think it's like 4 or 5.
I guess sure it's on my guy now.
Probably 4 or 5. Okay, so go to page 139.
139.
So this was, I think, is Blackness a Prison? There were like some chapters that like you felt okay, now I can understand where you're going with this, but still, I mean, we were already at page 139. Yeah, I think for me this chapter, is Blackness a Prison? More 139, the experience of being black often feels like confinement, both internally and externally. Internally, it involves the restlessness, scrutiny of our decisions, from whom we choose to marry to how we dress, style our hair, and even speak, particularly in certain radical black circles. Externally, it entails enduring ongoing ontological violence imposed upon us by societal forces. Oh, how at times racial markers can be overwhelmingly unnecessary on people just trying to live. For now, this part spoke to me, especially when you are with different circles, like in different circles, especially as a black person. And then when you love certain things, it's like, yo, you know, if you like reading and you feel like, it's for certain people, and when I know you shouldn't. So even with hairstyling, so yeah, I felt like I could relate to.
The stories are definitely
relatable.
The stories are definitely relatable because we know this and we experiences, and the arguments that they make are also conversations that we tend to have in our own circles. We've seen these arguments on social media. We've had it with our close friends and stuff. So it's not really new information. And we appreciate them bringing out those arguments. But it still boils down to, and then what are we saying? Because it's like we're hanging out on some sun deck and we're having some nice drinks and we're just hanging out with black excellence there, and we're just having these.
Not with black excellence.
I get that there's now a population of black excellence, and we're hanging out and we're having these conversations, but we're just having them. And then. That's what the book felt like for me.
It felt like we are just having conversations. It's not like we want to change. Because if you say something is a movement, it means you want to change something. You want to make this known, some whatever. But now we don't know what needs to be known. Was there a part that you like to share?
I'd like to share. I have my annotations, but now, you know what? Like I wanna know what like the SK. So Ari,
The page back.
I have a 59.
Okay.
Like I get the arguments. I honestly get the arguments.
Look like
And
lady.
And in retrospect, I've consistently had issues with some hair brands. While they claim that blackness is beautiful, they simultaneously attempt to change the natural curls and coils of black hair by relaxing it. It's quite a hassle. You not only have to use Vaseline on your edges, but also apply styling gel every morning. And I used to do S-curls. Man used to do S-curls. Okay. In the early 2000s. But now I wonder if the S in curl stood for sell out, like betraying one's roots. You know, it's a fair argument.
Yeah.
And it's a fair awareness to brands, you know, to just broaden their range. But hey, you want to style.
It's not a style, you know.
No. And it depends on wheel what. Can need the bakatanya so and then badiranya nam.
I say dry keleo.
I didn't say maybe dry.
Yeah, I don't know. But SKL sounds a little thing. You will be right here, you know.
I didn't make it at SKL.
Sell out.
I was young, I did not know that.
Okay. Let picture. So
I'm sure.
I don't remember. Why? I just want to see. I just want to see the sellout. But anyway, what are you rating the book?
No man, let's talk about other quotes. I'm seeing now and I'm like, yo. Page 53.
Okay.
But what distinguishes the enduring players from the hasty quitters, whether in relationships or business, is often their mindset. But Hibirism as a philosophy is dedicated to fostering an infinite mindset, acknowledging that rules are fluid, ever evolving, and the key is to persist in the game. Yeah, it's good wordplay, but it's still
it doesn't land.
Yeah. And their choice of words in most cases is really academic.
Yeah.
Like some synonyms are very academic. Go page 25.
And it's again, there's a bed. Now I'm going to say like I can not because of
25. Yes, Teddy.
Yes, that's Teddy.
Arino. I find this whole trend of women calling.
Who finds it?
You know? And I wonder, this is fine. If it was one person, I thought, okay, get the author. And I understand they're saying that they're going to consider both of them as one author. Maruna Lumuhung, of like a yellow bone and what. Yes.
No, I guess so. Continue.
Okay. And you know, I find this whole trend of women calling their boyfriends daddy in bed highly disconcerting. When Donald commented this day, Donald. So are we assuming what the person was talking
Ernest?
This is what confusing. Donald commented disdainfully, his words laced with the influence of a few classes of H. Cabernet Sauvignon. It reeks of an electro complex, and when I really ponder it, it doesn't even make sense in an African context. It sounds uncomfortably insensuous, as if one could engage in intercourse with their father. I mean, technically you could, but why would you? Okay. Yeah, but then now I don't want to read the whole thing. But yeah, they make interesting arguments. Technically you could, but why would you?
Get over why?
You know what? Sorry, I cut you short. What was your question? Or were you asking if I like the book or my rating?
No, yeah, I was asking about your rating. Let's see other quotes.
Do you have others?
Not really. Oh, for my the taxi experience.
For my son.
I also found that very humorous. Cause guys, it does about taxi. It's nice SKL, but not on my window.
Oh, you open a sentence.
Oh, jadi kalau fella kamu taxi ya.
Yeah, there used to be an era where these signs used to torment us, eh?
Yeah, but when even if you know me, you still have to pay. Yeah, because it's like Bramamang. Okay, I feel very sad because you don't want to pay.
Because you don't want to pay.
Yeah, but I think it's an interesting book, but it doesn't go.
No, I just
doesn't land. So, what are you rating the book?
Can I humbly give it like a 2?
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 3 because of it made me laugh.
Okay.
Even if it didn't. What?
I really.
Oh, even if it wasn't like what I thought it was, or it didn't do what I thought it was gonna do, but it still made me laugh.
I didn't even know what I thought, but I was like, okay, it's like.
And we still wanted to ask Neo, because she was the one who picked this book for the book club. What was the thought behind it? Because she said something about. Yeah, no, she didn't come. It was something about. Yeah, she knows someone. She was like, no, I'll get a little face.
And maybe have one about it.
Yes, because the book launch. Yes. So maybe I'll tell you, say.
So why is this not in color?
It was just some points that I was making as I was reading. Like this could have been, because now what am I looking at?
But you're looking at the idea.
Yeah, I get on no matter why. Why not?
I get you. Okay, a 2, a 3. A 3. We'd like to know more about the movement.
Yeah.
Because it's not quite clear in the
That is it, guys.
But if in chance, I'm not saying spare fan chance. If in chance, maybe Lena Ligra would be there. Maybe I'm not the target market. It happens.
Yeah, it does happen. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey, I want to have a little chest.